we are. A nice day, I guess. I don't know.
Pretty nice. Oh, still have that tab open when we were talking about that ripoff of Horizon Zero Dawn. That's how long I've used since I've used the internet.
Right. Did you also see that apparently there's like a Pal World like ripoff on the Switch too as well?
No, is it called Pokemon?
No, it's Pal. It's like Pal World or whatever.
Pal what?
It's one word. It's like Pal World or something like that. I don't know. I saw it. I just saw it earlier, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" All right, moving on.
No.
It's only like a little indie game or whatever that looks like it's just like, I don't know. It's just like what?
Yeah, here we go. Pal World Slop Horizon. This. So there's a ripoff of a ripoff.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what Nintendo. Ongoing legal battle with the original. Pal Land.
Yeah, Pal Land. That's what it was.
It looks fucking AI generated. Okay.
It really does. So.
Hello everybody. This is It Never Ends. I'm Alex. This is my buddy Andrew. Baseball, AI, all this and more on this exciting episode of It Never Ends.
Dang, dude.
You want to support
give the spoilers?
If you want to support this podcast, try listening to us on Spotify. Maybe give us a little rating, and just come back next week and enjoy yourself. But Andrew, you want to kick it off? Man, I had such a
I mean, that was pretty good
for that intro. Okay.
I mean, that was pretty good. That was way better than I ever done.
That's a lie. I stumbled through that very shakily, but we made it to the finish line.
That's all that matters. Anyway, so what's this about? Microsoft? What was it? Microsoft or who did you say it was? Wanted to make like a bunch of, or no, it was Disney. You said.
Well, I thought it was. It's Amazon actually.
Oh, that's right, Amazon.
They're investing in what they're calling the Netflix of AI. It's something called Fable, which
not to be confused with the game.
No. Here, I'll send you the article I'm looking at. It apparently allows users to generate their own television shows. I've seen a little about this. I've seen a few clips of like different shows that it can generate. None of them are good, obviously.
Well, obviously.
It's all a bunch of AI, like unfunny slop, but it's an indicator of where the industry effectively wants to go, because when you think, like, this has Amazon backing it, right? And I heard, like, Disney is going to start, like, licensing out their various, properties like Star Wars and stuff to this service, which is a scary prospect. We know of AI invading basically every
facet of everyone's lives.
Yeah. But I don't know. I saw this and I just thought that was pretty wild to have an entire like AI run streaming service.
I don't really understand the reasoning for it either. Like it is there just not like enough shows for people that they're like, oh, I want to mess around with this type thing? I don't fucking know.
Well, people want to mess around with AI is the thing, and this is like an extra layer of profit. Like, if people can just generate their own Star Wars shows, what does Disney need to make them for?
I mean,
if you
guess
can
you're
just
not wrong, but like,
if you can just like type into a taskbar, I want to see fucking Ahsoka and Yoda go on an awesome adventure together, and it generates like a 10-episode season for you.
I want to see Ahsoka and Yoda fucking. Is that where you're going with?
Dude, AI generated porn is a thing, and I guarantee you that's gonna get better as time goes on.
Oh, absolutely. Are you joking me?
Have you heard of like there are entire like groups on Reddit of people that AI generate their own like boyfriends and girlfriends,
yeah.
And people that are in like full on relationships with artificial
damn.
intelligence?
Yeah, unfortunately, I did hear about that, and it's like, oof,
It's scary. It's like those Japanese dude that marry cardboard cutouts.
Yup. It's kind of what it
Or
feels
what
like, don't it?
Didn't they have a product in Japan where it was basically waifu in a jar, where it was basically just like a digital, like holographic girl that you could have bought, that you could buy for like $5,000, and it could be like your pseudo wife or whatever.
I mean, I wouldn't
Like
put
you
it
could-
past it, but it sounds so ridiculous that I wouldn't be surprised if it was true, but I have no idea.
Do you think with a like pseudo normalization of these like AI boyfriends and girlfriends, that sort of thing is going to become more common, where you
Oh,
can
absolutely. Are you
like
kidding me?
buy your digital girlfriend and as like a 3D hologram, put it in like a sex robot or whatever? Dude, this is
Man, this is getting scary.
we're approaching the worst timeline, you know?
Approaching? You mean we're just approaching it? I'm like, I feel like we've been on it for a while now.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the worst version of Terminator, where
Yeah, all of a sudden the Terminator's going to come out of nowhere and it's like, I'm here from the future, I'm going to kill you all. And I'm like, please do it!
oh no, the Matrix. It's like we're not even like the computer doesn't even need to kidnap us and take over our
We've
minds.
done it
being like,
ourselves.
yeah, it's like you want to fuck the computer because real women are scary. Just plug yourself in and never plug yourself
Plug yourself
out.
in, baby.
And everyone's just like, no, okay, fuck it.
Oh, and then like the computer's like, oh, it was that easy, huh?
Yeah,
Shit. Should have done this a
Oh,
long
we
time
had-
ago.
we had all these like big scary robots that we were gonna do shit.
Yeah, I know.
with,
We
but-
had like this whole like plan or whatever, just to like slowly take over, like put you in like a perfect world. But apparently that's already a thing. Like you just like all you have to do is say, hey, plug. I was like, let me plug my dick into your robot vagina.
Yeah, you don't want to even like fight for your humanity or whatever.
Nah, it's boring.
ChatGPT, let me fuck Elsa from Frozen.
Yep. Oh dear Lord.
This is all going to happen in the year 2025.
That's interesting because it's August or whatever, so it's like it's not a whole lot of time left before that happens if that's the case.
Oh yeah, it's going to happen because Elon Musk is going to, shut down and then relaunch Grok so many times it's just going to become pissed and just become sentient.
Do you think everyone's going to be like, oh, if you can take the blue pill or the red pill, would you just take the one that allows you to stay in the world? They're like, it turns out he wasn't Neo he wasn't the chosen one the whole time.
Yeah.
You're like, shit, I thought we had him.
Dude, that shit going on with Grok is wild because it keeps doing shit that he doesn't like, so he has to keep relaunching the AI.
Great.
At one point, didn't Grok start referring to itself as Mega Hitler or something like that?
Did it? I
Because
don't
it's
know.
like, because he wanted to make it like more right wing, and then it just became super sexist and anti-Semitic. And he was like, "Well, we can't have that," so they had to relaunch it, and it went right back to hating Elon Musk. So we had to relaunch it again. Oh man, I love seeing rich people not get what they want.
It's great.
Rarer nowadays, but yeah.
Look, when you get it, just enjoy the ride,
Mm-mm.
Oh man.
So, are you embracing our new robot overlords? This weird dystopian future we're
Yeah, and I'm
staring
so
down the
enjoying
barrel
this.
of?
I'm so enjoying this cinematic that Riot put out for League of Legends about it, where it's like a 2.5 minute thing or whatever, 3 minute thing, and where it's just so clearly AI generated, and I'm just like, I don't.
That was a good transition. But yeah, I watched the exact same cinematic that you did.
I think I got through 30
Jesus
seconds of it, and I
Christ.
went, "What the fuck is this?" Golly, man.
What's even stranger is like this isn't an ad. This is a
No.
cinematic they released.
This is an official
like-
cinematic from Riot Games.
to celebrate the 5th anniversary of League of Legends All Stars or whatever, the mobile version.
Yeah, or whatever, something like that. Like third, I think is what because I see it's like 3 on here, but like
A company is when a company as big as Riot can't even
isn't even paying its animators to make animations of something like that for a game that's known for pretty much top tier animation.
The studio that put out Arcane, by the way.
Yeah, same studio that did that.
They can't pay their artists enough to make a celebratory cinematic for all their fans. They have to get AI to do it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And like we both said, it just looks so shitty.
It's so bad. And none of the characters like even look right either.
No.
Like, to think, multiple people in Riot had to look at this and go, whatever, who gives a shit?
You know, I'm willing to bet at least some of these CEOs were like, oh man, this is going to show we're at the forefront of technology.
Yeah, absolutely.
People love AI. People love AI, so they'll love this.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, the shots of the crowd are the worst.
Dude, they're just the worst.
The fucking faces that they're making.
All I know is I'm looking at the future, and the future is scary.
Yeah. So, thankfully, rightfully, they've been getting some backlash for this.
Yeah, and I'm so glad they're going to lose all these players for doing something like this. They're not.
No, they're not going to lose fucking anybody.
Everyone's gonna go like, oh, look how fucking stupid this is. I can't believe the Riot would do something like this. They'll outrage for I don't know 3 days, and then no one will give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stupid.
Again, though, this is another sign of how many companies are full on like backing AI, wanting to put AI into every part of their products because it's a great, time saver, great money saver.
Yeah, saves money. He puts out all this stuff for whatever type thing, and everyone loves it. Clearly,
and it is kind of scary because like this was really bad. Obviously, right? This was terrible. This isn't going to be. It's not going to be that way forever. And eventually, AI is going to get to a point where it can do more and more stuff like this, and that's what I think is worth worrying about. It's like right now we can be like, oh, haha, like this AI streaming service looks so bad. Why is Jinx using a clock?
Yeah, go figure that one.
Mm-hmm. This all looks so bad, but. Think about just like how, even a few months ago, how much worse AI was.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy.
And the thing is like, it's just like, oh, it's just like, what does Riot care about bad PR? They get bad PR all the time, and people still play their games. It doesn't fucking matter to them. It's like, oh, all we know is that we put out this cinematic or whatever for celebrating a 3rd year of like their mobile game or whatever, their mobile version of the game or whatever type thing, and they don't give two shits about doing that. They just like said, throw some AI slop out there and we're okay with it because regardless how bad it is, it's at least shows that we kind of thought about it for 2 seconds maybe. I don't know, getting off AI, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty much consensus of where we are with that. I wanted to talk about how fucking baseball is going absolutely crazy, especially with the Brewers, because being a Brewers fan,
are going fucking nuts.
Dude, it's like they just won their 12th straight game today. It's fucking awesome. And I was like, the Brewers have the best record in baseball by like 6 games or something like that.
It's fucking nutty.
Yeah.
If you would have told me like when I was a kid, like the Brewers were gonna achieve all this, it's like I would have never believed you.
I was like, the Brewers at this moment, I know the Cubs I think have to play later tonight or playing later tonight or whatever, but it's like at this moment, I was like, the Brewers are 8 games up over the Cubs for the lead in the Central Division.
Hell yeah, fuck the Cubs.
a little over a month ago at this point, the Brewers were 6.5 back of the Cubs. We've made up 14 games in like a month. It's insane.
That's crazy.
Like, they're on such a hot streak. I was like, and then you just like, you look at like, I don't know. It's just like you hear people saying about it all the time. It's like, oh, how are they doing it? I'm like, just overall great pitching and, you know, like hitters, like everyone up and down that lineup is just really good. And then you got to include the like additions of like Andrew Vaughn and like was it it's like getting guys like off the thing or whatever. And it's like they're doing this without arguably one of their best players with like Jackson Chourio. And I'm like, he's been hurt, and they're winning 10 straight games. They won 12 straight games. I was like, I don't want to get too hyped out for this because it's just like for all the success that they may or may not that they have in this regular season, it's like they can't do this in the postseason. It's like it's just gonna make it feel all that much worse.
Yeah,
but it's like, man, this team it's just looking like something special though. It's like that win on Sunday versus the Mets. It's like you were down 5-0 after the third inning or whatever. Quinn Priester, one of our best pitchers this year, had just had a bad outing or whatever, just giving up a bunch of home runs, and then only to watch them slowly whittle their way back into the game, and then just like, all right, now we tied it up, going to the bottom of the ninth with the tie ball game. First guy up there, Isaac Collins, bang, right out to right field, and it's just like, it's like this team is something special. It's like. Whether it's and I want to point out, these are the monikers. If you're not paying attention to Brewers baseball, these are the monikers that they're using to this. They have the Power of Friendship, they got Pocket Pancakes, and they got Uecker Magic all working out with them.
Damn.
It's like, I want to point out that one of their monikers is the Power of Friendship because they were just like, oh yeah, how you doing this or whatever, and it's like, I don't know, we just have the Power of Friendship. I think like somebody said that one time and they just ran with it.
That's awesome.
And then it was sometime last week where they were like talking to the manager, Pat Murphy, like in the middle of the game between innings or whatever. He was just like having a quick little interview with someone on like Apple TV, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I hear we keep like snacks in your back pocket." He pulls a full ass fucking pancake out of his back pocket and just like, "Yeah, I just have pocket pancakes. I just nibble on some pancakes during the middle of the game."
Wait, what?
Yeah, he just pulls out like he folds like a piece of like a pancake, puts it in his back pocket, and in the middle of the game, he'll just take it out and just nom on it basically throughout the game, and just puts it back in his back pocket. That went so much viral that the Brewers on Sunday, that Sunday game they walked off against the Mets, are doing pocket pancakes now every Sunday, where you can buy pancakes in these little pouches, and they're pocket pancakes. And we haven't lost since that point. We haven't lost since pocket pancakes. If you're hearing this and you have no idea what's going on, which I know you don't really necessarily know what's going on, you're probably thinking this is ridiculous. I've never seen a guy more destined to manage a team like this than Pat Murphy. He's such a wild card. He's such an old school guy, but also just like, then he just pulls out pocket pancakes, and you're like, what the fuck did you just say to me? And it's like, it's working.
I mean, if it works, it works. Fucking pocket pancakes.
Fucking pocket pancakes, bro. And I was like, it was so funny to me that back in May, I was like, we were sitting like 25 and 28. Probably, I was like thinking, I'm like, we're way behind the Cubs already. I'm like, well, we're probably going to be fighting for just a wild card spot now. And then it was just like, they were just playing so bad or whatever. And it was just like, guys like Yelich or whatever, they were like, oh yeah, it's like, what's going on with this team? Like, why are we not doing this? It's like Murphy was talking about it. It's like, I don't know, we lost our mojo. We got to get back or whatever type thing. We're just, that chip on our shoulder is gone. We just got to get it back. And since that point, they've been the best team in baseball. They have like a record of like 56-14 or something like that, which is insane. And I was just like, whoa. And then all of a sudden, fucking out of nowhere, Brewers trade Aaron Savali over to the White Sox to get Andrew Vaughn. And I'm thinking, when we first did that, I was like, oh man, Andrew Vaughn. I'm like, yeah, I mean, he had a lot of promise, but kind of just wasn't really panning out with the White Sox. Rhys Hoskins gets hurt. Andrew Vaughn comes in. He's fucking Barry Bonds over here, hitting home runs left and right, hitting RBIs left and right, and I'm sitting here going, what the fuck? Who is this guy? Not a damn clue. Uecker magic, baby. And now he's sitting here going back here. It's like, Churio's due back in a few weeks. I think Hoskins is due back in a few weeks. And I'm sitting there going just like, I was like, well, Churio's obviously going into the outfield for Perkins in center field. Where the fuck does Rhys Hoskins play? I have no fucking clue. That's too big of a bat to leave on the bench. So it's crazy.
That's a lot.
I don't want to get too excited with this team because last year I got really excited and then it only ended up in just disaster, and I was just so mad or so angry or whatever with just how poorly we played at the end or whatever. It's just like how that season ended last year, and I was just like, I don't want that to happen again.
I have a feeling we have a reason to get excited this season. That was the thing.
It's so hard not to be, though. It's so unbelievably hard not to look at this team and see the success that they are having and not get excited for the rest of this year. It's like, I was like, we're running away with the Central Division at the moment, and it's like the Cubs are playing. I mean, they're not playing necessarily bad. They're just not playing the greatest that they have, and the Brewers are just so like they're just so much on a roll right now. It's just like,
yeah,
you're like, just fuck. What do we do? It's like you're 8 back. You're 8 back right now as of this moment. The Cubs are 8, and I'm just thinking, what the fuck? The Dodgers and Padres are tied at the moment for the NL West. Something that hasn't happened. Padres haven't tied the Dodgers for the division lead since 2010. This late into the season.
That is absolutely nuts.
Yeah, like the Dodgers couldn't. There's a chance they don't win the NL West, which is insane.
Weren't the Dodgers the first team to? No, that's the Yankees that I'm thinking of. Never mind. That is insane though.
It's just like you are. The Brewers are a team of pretty much what they always say. It's like average Joes. They're just a bunch of guys that are like, it's like people call. I was like, they've called themselves the Island of Misfit Toys. They're just a bunch of players that like you have like Christian Yelich is the big star. You got Jackson Chourio, which is the up and comer. You ask anyone else in baseball who else is in that lineup, and I don't think a single person could tell you another name on that roster.
I mean, they're the fucking bench warmers thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like they're the underdogs for so long, but now they're here to show big baseball who's boss.
I mean, that's kind of what they're doing. It's like people talk about like there are people that are saying like the Brewers are redefining how you have to make a baseball team nowadays or whatever. It's not. It's kind of like it's like when I look at it, it's like this is Moneyball 2.0 right now. Like legitimately, when I say that, it's like if you've seen the movie Moneyball. It's like it's because all about the 2002 Oakland days where they took the whole idea of like baseball statistics and applied it to their thing or whatever, and pretty much that's what the Brewers are doing. Like they basically took a bunch of guys that just get on base, get a lot of base hits, and stuff like that, play solid defense, and have great pitching. And turns out you could win a lot of games just with like solid mechanics and everything else, and you don't really need all these standout players. You know, you can sit here looking at the Dodgers going like, oh yeah, we paid $1 billion to all these guys, and yet you're tied with the Padres at the moment for leading the NL West. And meanwhile, the Brewers are sitting over here 32 games over 500, and you're like, Jesus, they're looking like they're going to be the best team in baseball or whatever with the most amount of wins. They're probably they might even walk into the playoffs with like the number 1 overall seed, which is crazy. So
Yeah.
it's just it's like it's the classics. It's that saying from the movie. It's like it's hard not to be romantic about baseball, man. I sit here looking at this team and I watch them every day, and I'm just like, this team's just fun to watch.
Hell yeah. It's pretty crazy too. It's like I said earlier, it's hard to not get excited, but I'm also trying not to get my hopes up too much because I've had my heart broken before by the Packers specifically many times now.
Yeah.
Man, if we can keep this streak going though, that'll be fucking legendary.
It's like it's like legitimately if the Brewers end up winning the World Series, winning their first World Series in franchise history or whatever with this team, it's like, I mean, not to quote Moneyball even more, it's like, any other team wins the World Series, good for them, but it's like legitimately if the Brewers win it with this team, they will have redefined baseball. And I was like, you think like, oh, you're over exaggerating that. I'm like, I'm not though.
No, that's the thing. The way the Brewers built their team this year is like you've been saying, fundamentally different than how teams usually structure themselves. They don't have like these big all-star players, but they have solid defense, good mechanics, and good pitching, and
just solid players all around too.
Yeah, and if we do end up winning the World Series, it's going to cause like other teams to look at what we're doing and analyze what we're doing right and try to replicate that. So in a way, it really will redefine how we look and play baseball.
How teams will be assembled, at least. Like, like you can sit here and you can look at a team like the Yankees, you can look at a team like the Dodgers, you can look at like the Padres or something like that, and like you're gonna look at these guys and you're looking down up and down that lineup. It's like you got Fernando Tatis, Manny Machado, Jackson Merrill or whatever, and whatever. It's like Jake Cronenworth, great guys to play. That's only like 4 or 5 guys that are like legitimately great though, and stuff like that. And I'm sitting there going just like, okay, it's like you're, what is it? Xander Bogaerts has not been the greatest for you, so it's just like he's underperforming and ultimately just wasting money on you because he's not been the greatest type thing. Your other outfielders or whatever are not really producing as much, and your catcher spot is abysmal with Elise Diaz. So I'm sitting here going just like, so now when you look at the lineup or whatever, there's not a single out. Like a single easy out among any of those guys or whatever. And you could say like, oh, Jorge Ortiz at the bottom of the order is like the easy out. I'm like, way he's hitting right now? He's not an easy out at all.
No, he's been doing a lot better recently.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here going just like, you got Frelick leading off games, who hit a leadoff home run against Paul Skeens, arguably the best pitcher in baseball right now, and I'm sitting here going just like, first at bat, in yesterday's game, gone. Brewers already have a 1-0 lead against arguably the best pitcher in baseball, and I go, and that sets the tone.
Absolute nutso, yeah.
Yeah, and like just moments like that just set the tone or whatever. It's like, then you look at the next guy after that, and it's like we have Isaac Collins batting there. Who the fuck is Isaac Collins? No one knew who he was. I didn't know who he was. He's a Rule 5 draft. He was a Rule 5 draft pick that the Brewers picked from, I think, like the Rockies or some shit like that. He was like spent like 6 years or something like that in the minor leagues, just trying to work his way up into the majors, and then like finally gets his opportunity and. He might be rookie of the year. Like he's been playing that good, or whatever type thing. And it's like you have arguably the best catcher in the league with William Contreras, and the way his bat's been coming alive recently too. It's like you got that, and then you got our probably star player in Christian Yelich, who's having another great year, stuff like that. And it's like. And then I'm not even like including Churio in here at the moment because he's hurt right now, and I'm like, then you throw Churio in there as well. You got Andrew Vaughn who's hitting dingers left and right. He has 8 home runs with the Brewers in like 20-something games. He had 5 homers with 48 games for the White Sox earlier this year. Was hitting an abysmal 182, 189, and now is with the Brewers hitting like 435. OPS over like around like 2 basically, which is insane because 2 is the max it can be. And then it's just like what happened, man? It's like, did the change of scenery, like just like the mindset of the Brewers just unlock something for you? It's got to be.
I think a lot of it might come down to good coaching, if we're being honest.
I mean, yeah, it does, because it was like ultimately, it's like, he comes over from the White Sox, and they throw him down to AAA or whatever, because that's where he was, and then they sit here while he's in AAA. They're like, hey, you're leaning over a little bit, and you're with your batting stance or whatever. Stand up a little bit more, put the bat back a little bit more, and then you can get bats to the ball a lot faster. And since then, man, he's just ripping dingers left and right. It's like there's a reason why everyone calls him King Von. So I'm sitting here going just like, and then you have like guy like Jacob Mizorowski is supposed to be back sometime this month too or whatever, and it's like he's one of the young stars of the league as well, and it's like guy throws 100 plus miles an hour fastball, 96 mile an hour like slider. It's insane. Like most guys look at that and they go, how the fuck am I ever going to hit that? I have no idea. And then you look, and then it's just like, then you look past the lineup or whatever. You look at the rotation. It's like you sit here going just like, you got Quinn Priester, another guy who came out of nowhere, traded Boston traded him to the Brewers, and stuff like that. And the Brewers turned him into what looks like could be an ace, basically. You got Quinn Priester, Freddie Peralta, like Jose Quintana, Brandon Woodruff, and then like the last one is going to be Mizorowski. But it's like until he comes back, it's like either like Tobias Myers or Logan Henderson, who's another great rookie who came out of nowhere, stuff like that. So I'm sitting here going just like, you got 5-6 starters right there. It's like the rotation's great. Then you look at the bullpen and you sit here going just like, you got Shelby Miller, Nick Mears, like Abner Uribe, Jared Koenig, and then you sit here going just like, all right, and then you close the door with Trevor McGill, who's been basically unhittable this year. What are we talking about, man? Like, if there isn't a team that is more scary than the Brewers are right now, I don't know who is.
I have no idea either.
It's just crazy. Look, you got to do it for Uecker. You got to do it for you, because the year after he dies, I'm like, come on. He's gonna be sitting in the front row watching every goddamn game.
You know it.
Oh, absolutely. That's why it was just like when Collins, what was it, Levering was on the radio or whatever, calling the game, and then after Collins hit the home run, he's just like, who's writing this script? And I was like, oh yeah, Ueck's writing this script. It's where Brian Anderson coined the Uecker magic. Oh man. It's just like, I don't know if I've like the last team that I legitimately loved this much, like watching, was probably like the 2018 Brewers, where I thought they were the closest to going to the World Series. They ended up losing 7 to the Dodgers in the NLCS, and I'm like, oh, it sucks so bad. This could be the year, though.
We can only hope.
This could be the year. It's like meanwhile, in other stories or whatever, the Yankees are trying to hold on to their lead because they're scooting by. At the moment, they're only like a half game over like the Guardians for the last wild card spot at the moment, which I think is crazy. Oh yeah, because Houston and Seattle are both tied. They're both on top right now. That's right. I was like, who's the third wild card? And I'm like, oh, it's one of those two teams. Whoever doesn't win their division. It's like Boston's got a 1.5 game lead over the Yankees, and the Guardians are now 1 back because they must have lost earlier today. I was like, the Brewers are starting a series against the Reds this weekend, and the Reds are only 2 back from the last wildcard spot of the Mets. So the Reds are going against a red hot Brewers teams that are playing for their playoff lives at the moment.
Yeah.
It's like, if I'm the Reds, I'm scared because if we lose even 2 of those games and the Mets win both or whatever type thing, it's like you could just be out of the playoffs at that point. God, the Dodgers are in the wild card spot. I can't believe that.
You think the Mets are going to overtake the Dodgers?
Maybe for the higher up wild card, but I don't know. They're still like 4 back from there.
Yeah.
So Mets are playing for their playoff lives too, despite how much money they spent. God, and that's it's just another thing. It's like, man, the first or have like one of the lowest payrolls or whatever. And I'm sitting here going, just like you look at like Dodgers and Mets, one of the two biggest like buyers of players over the offseason or whatever, because like the Mets did with like Juan Soto and stuff, and it's just like they're not good. Like, they're good, but they're not playing like it right now. It's like when you look at that team on paper, it should be a lot better than they are, but they're just not.
Dude, looking at this, it's insane. Yeah, you see like all these like small like win and loss streaks, and then you just go to the Brewers and they're on a 12-game win streak.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize the Mariners are on an 8-game win streak.
Mariners are doing pretty good.
I was like, well, the Mariners went all in.
Mm-hmm.
Like during the trade deadline, stuff like that. They got Eleugenio Suarez, so a couple other guys. So I'm not surprised they're sitting where they are. They have a lot of good guys having really good years. I mean, Cal Raleigh is, in my opinion, should be the AL MVP. People still say it's Judge, and I go, no, you're insane. I was like, Cal Raleigh is leading the league in homers right now, and doing this from the catcher position. Like, he's catching almost every day, as well as playing elite defense and having one of the biggest bats in the in the league. I'm like, I'm sorry, he's just the AL MVP. There's no doubt in my mind that anyone else is even remotely there. You can't convince me any way else. It's like, Aaron Judge, get the fuck out of here. Like, you win in another years, trust me. But it's like, I mean, also he's like playing through an injury right now. He probably shouldn't be, but the Yankees are in such dire straits that they need him to be. So I'm sitting here going, just like, man. It's like Cal Raleigh's there. I don't even know who the NL MVP is. Everyone's saying it's Pete Armstrong for the Cubs. I'm sitting there going, just like, dude. Can I just point that? I just want to point this out for a second. How insane this moment is. So I was watching Sunday Night Baseball because it was the Cubs and Cardinals game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the 9th inning. Cardinals got the lead 3-2. Cubs have their best hitter up to start the inning with Pete Armstrong, and he has been struggling like hard since the what was it, All-Star break. Like, he's like 3 for his last like 37 or something like that at the moment. And he's just like striking out at least like twice a game almost. Like, and it's just like he's struggling. He's a left-handed batter, and the Cardinals have a lefty on the mound to start the 9th inning. So Craig Counsell pinch hits Pete Armstrong. Well, he subs in Justin Turner to pinch hit for him. I'm sorry. What the fuck did you just tell me? That you just pinch hit your best hitter in the 9th inning with a 1-run game, all because it's a lefty on the mound and he hasn't hit lefties all that well. Counsell, what are you doing, man? That's not going to get you very popular between players, and a lot of fans are going to look at you going, what the fuck are you doing? I know what the numbers say, man, but you can't take a guy out like that. I don't care. It's like, if somehow you would have tied up this ball game and you would have gone into extra innings, who the fuck was going to play center for you? I have no clue.
No.
And you also were going to be without arguably your best bat for the rest of that game, which may or may not have mattered. It didn't end up mattering because they didn't end up tying in the 9th, so and the Cardinals ended up winning. But to me, right there, that tells me that PCA should not be the NL MVP. It's like, I get what his first half numbers were, and I get he's still leading all National League players in WAR, which is wins above replacement. And so it's just like, I don't care. Like, if you're struggling that hard when your team absolutely needs you to perform because you're struggling and you've lost this massive lead that you had over the Brewers, just no. It's like, I'm sorry, Ohtani is probably going to end up winning it because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just saw that the other day, and I'm just like, Counselor, are you still sabotaging the Cubs? Because if you are, then great, good on you. But I know I also didn't talk about it because we took off or whatever, but because of the when the trade deadline went through, there's one trade I still wanted to highlight, and it's the A's and the Padres traded. The A's traded away their star closer in Mason Miller to the Padres, and the Padres gave up the number 3 overall prospect in all of baseball.
You're kidding.
And I was like, don't get me wrong, Mason Miller is great, and he has club control for the next 5 years or something like that. So it's like, so you have a really good closer for a lot of years, but it's like you traded away the number 3 overall prospect and a couple other guys, but the big one was the number 3 overall prospect for Mason Miller and JP Sears, which is a solid starter and stuff like that. So, but I was just like, man, that is a trade you look at and you think to yourself, like, this could be a win-win for both teams depending on how much success that Mason Miller has with the Padres. But you could have just traded away a generational talent, potentially. Like, you could trade away a future superstar on your team instead of just having him on your team. And he's an everyday player. Like, Mason Miller's going to pitch I don't know, 60 games or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's just for one inning. So it's just he's going to come in and pitch maybe 60 games. Going to go. You probably, let's say in those 60 games you get on average, I don't know, I'll be conservative, I guess, with 35 saves, and I think that's even being a little generous. Yeah, I don't know. The Padres are a good team, so they're probably going to win a lot of games, close games like that, or at least they're going to be a lot of close games. So I would say 35 on average. And I'm sitting here going but you could have had another great bat at shortstop, which could have taken Xander Bogaerts' spot, but because we're a big market and we want to win now, we're just going to trade away all of our young talent. Maybe this is just my Brewers mentality, small market team thinking process, where I would never even consider trading away. Brewers have the number 2 overall prospect in Jesus Mate or whatever type thing. He's 18-year-old or whatever. He's in high A right now, tearing up the league down there. And it's just and they're saying in a few years he could be a superstar up there with Churio, and I'm just hell yeah. So I'm sitting here going the Brewers wouldn't even consider 1 second trading him away. So I'm just sitting here going it's one of those trades where people are going to look back it looks great now because you have the 1-2 punch of the 8th or 9th inning, depending on which you go into, because it's you had the National League leader in saves with Robert Suarez, and now you added Mason Miller, who's another closer. So you have 2 big star closers for the 8th and 9th inning now, and depending on how you want to use them.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. So I'm sitting here going okay. But in a few years, this could be depending on that prospect you gave the A's, it might not be worth it.
It's definitely not.
To me, it's not worth it because.
You're right. That's exactly the thing.
But I don't know. If you win a World Series or 2 and he pitches a shutdown inning or whatever in we need to win this game type thing, and here's where the save is, because playoff baseball is so much weirder than like normal baseball, because normally when you save your closer for the ninth inning, that's always the case or whatever. But it seems like with the way baseball has been kind of doing things with the playoffs in recent years is that when a team really, like, usually it's when like you score a bunch or like a couple runs or two, you go up like a run or two, and you're going, I need a shutdown inning like right now, so I'm gonna bring in my closer, or like there's a guy on second base, we need to preserve this lead type thing, I'm gonna bring in my closer in like the 6th or 7th inning because I just need to like keep this lead. So you'll see guys do that or whatever. So it's like it's always nice to have extra closers, I guess, or at least like guys that know how to close games and aren't intimidated by the pressure.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of guys that are intimidated by the pressure, Brewers trading away Devin Williams over the offseason, looking really fucking good right now. And don't get me wrong, I love Devin Williams. I think he has one of the best changeups in all of baseball. But boy, is he fucking struggling with the Yankees. It's like he started out the season really struggling and then kind of figured it out, and now he's back to just complete sucking. And it's like, whoa. It's
the Brewers effect, I'm telling you.
I mean,
he was doing better because he was on the Brewers.
I think it's just one of those things where last season, obviously the big home run hit by Pete Alonso that ended up knocking out the Brewers from the wild card or whatever. It's like that affected him. It affected his confidence. You know, it's like when you got a guy up there, it's like if he can't have confidence or whatever type thing, it's like if he's not confident throwing his changeup, that is like it is elite because it's crazy, and he did it for a lot of years. But it's just like, I think it's also just the like big market effect. It's just like if you don't shut down every inning completely, then they don't like you and stuff like that. They will start booing you, and that's pretty much what's happened. It's like he gives up, like he'll blow a save or something like that, and the next time he comes out, he'll get booed and whatever. And it's like by the Yankee fans because we're the Yankee fans and we boo our players. Don't know why.
That must be so discouraging to have your own fans.
Absolutely. Like when you're getting booed by your own team, like by your own fans, it's like, what? Thanks for the confidence lifts, guys, type thing. And it's like, and I think about all the years that Williams was with the Brewers and stuff like that. He blew a couple saves here or there. No one booed him though. We always cheered and stuff like that. We're like, shit, that fucking sucked. Type thing. And obviously the big one with Alonso, like I was talking about, that one really hurt because that knocked us out of the playoffs. But it's like he had elite stuff and continued to do that, and it's just like, and he's losing like millions of dollars, and I was like, the Yankees aren't going to re-sign him over this offseason. He's a free agent after this offseason. They're absolutely not. I would be shocked to see the Yankees resign him. And I would even wonder if Williams would even want to sign with the Yankees at that point, even if they did offer something. Unless it's like a crazy offer, I don't think he'd ever take it.
No. He absolutely would not.
It'd be really funny if he just like has a shit down year with the Yankees and then comes back to the Brewers. He's like, I didn't know how good I had it here.
Nah, we're good.
Nah,
there.
we're all right, bud. No, some team will definitely sign him for probably decent money, but he's definitely lost a lot of money so this year. It's just crazy because it's like whenever you watch him like come out and he just like he'll give up a run or whatever, and it's just like or like he'll give up a run or he'll give up a base hit, and you can just see his head just droop down, and he's just like, shit, here we go again, god damn it, type thing. And it's just like, and you can just like, there's just no confidence. It's just none. It's disheartening to see, honestly.
I'd very much be that way too. Is the problem though?
Yeah, I mean, I would be too. It's like I was traded over here. We're playing for the Yankees or whatever, and I'm getting booed by my own fans. I'm like, what confidence boost do I have? It's like I don't. It's like it's why what was it? What was it? It was like, despite Ortiz having like a kind of a pretty down offensive year, like his defense is great or whatever, but it's like on Friday they had like a standing ovation for Joey Ortiz or whatever, and it's like, lo and behold, he was one of the main reasons we won all those games against the Mets. It's like, it's funny when you put when you cheer on guys and you put a lot of confidence in them, they perform
They
and
do
do really well.
Yeah.
It's like, remember a couple of years ago when Trey Turner was having a really down year with the Phillies, and all of a sudden some guy for the Phillies decided, hey guys, instead of booing Trey Turner, let's give him a standing ovation. Let's organize a standing ovation. The first at bat in that game, they all gave him a standing ovation or type thing, and he proceeded to rip like three base hits or whatever and lead the Phillies to a win. I'm like, wow, it's almost like these guys don't like being booed by their own fans.
Well, we're Wisconsinites. Whenever one of our players does poorly, we're too drunk to notice.
I also don't think the Yankee fans knew exactly what they were getting with Williams. I'm like, I had a feeling he'll blow a few saves here or there. But the thing is he gives up contact. Thing is though, when he was with the Brewers, he would always I cannot tell you how many times he loaded the bases when we were only up a run with like 2 outs. I'm like sitting here going just like, Jesus Christ, why do you have to make this the most stressful ninth inning? But that's just the kind of pitcher he is, man. It's like the adrenaline doesn't hit him until its bases loaded with only a 1-run game. It's like, why you gotta do that? God, it was crazy also. Like, just a little off topic, I was like, the Tigers were the best team in the league for a long time, and now the Toronto Blue Jays, and obviously the Brewers have more wins than them, but it's like, when you look at the teams, like, that are also around that or whatever, it's like Astros are 67 wins, Phillies have 69 wins or whatever type thing. The Padres and Dodgers have 68, 69 respectively. And I'm just like, there was a point there where the Tigers were the best team by far too, and it's just like they've really struggled off too. But then again, I don't really know how the Tigers always win.
Dude, me neither.
I look at that lineup and I go, I don't know who they're. It's like, who are all you guys? Like, I don't understand. They just got great pitching. I mean, Tarek Skubal, obviously, but it's like, how are you as good as you are? God damn. It's like, I didn't realize, I was like, Guardians, despite their whole blow up with their closer and all their starting pitcher or whatever, it's like Jose Ramirez is single handedly carrying the Guardians to what could be a wild card spot in the AL, which is insane. I don't want to hear any
nutso.
I don't want to hear any Jose Ramirez slander. Everyone goes, who's that guy? I was like, oh yeah, the guy who plays for the Guardians. I'm like, bro, he's one of the best third basemen in the whole entire league. Get the fuck out of here. I also don't get the Braves at all. The Braves were looking like they were going to be a really good team, and then this year they've sucked so bad. It's like they didn't even do anything. Like they didn't. They have like.
Sure gave you that confidence in the Braves, but okay.
Well, I mean, they have like you look at the roster and you see her going just like, this is a great offensive team, but then you look at their pitching and you go, oh yeah, this pitching kind of sucks. It's like Chris Sale's your best pitcher, and then
you also need to back that up with like a good defense. It's like,
I mean, they have a decent defense. They have a couple Gold Glovers out there, but it's like their pitching has just been so bad, and their closer's been so bad. They went almost a month without having a save. Like, their closer blew 5 save opportunities in that time. It's like, so you're not winning close games. You're losing by a lot because your pitching isn't helping you. Just regardless of how your offense is. I don't know. It's like between I feel like the Braves and I feel like Baltimore is the biggest just like, what happened, man? You have all this young talent and just another one of those situations where there's just no pitching.
Yeah, it's a weird season for the Orioles, I think, because like we discussed in a previous podcast, like aren't a lot of their younger talents reaching the end of their contract this year?
I mean, well, they have club control years, so they still have I know for like Henderson they have. like 3 years of club control on him or whatever. They've got guys that'll be around for the next few years, but it's like if you don't build around these guys, it might be time to trade them.
I think it's getting to that point. I think next season for the Orioles is going to be and look much different than the team they have today.
Yeah, it's gonna need to.
But they're having a rough season right now. They're on a 3-game loss streak right now.
Yeah. I'm also interested to see. God, the Royals lost again today. Oh, man, the Royals. Royals are one of those teams where it's just like they have one of the best shortstops in Bobby Wood Jr. and it's just like their offense just struggling. Well, I also didn't realize just how many guys are hurt on that team. Holy moly! Salvi's one of like the oldest players in baseball in that right now, and it's just like he's a catcher who's been in the league since like 2011. Been one of the best catchers in the league. But it's like, god damn. He's still got years left in him, too.
The Yankees, they're the team that got like that early access to those torpedo bats, right? Or am I remembering that completely
They were
wrong?
the ones who like revealed them, like they designed them or whatever.
Remember at the beginning of the season where everyone was like, the Yankees are going to have like a massive advantage over every team in the league?
Yeah, it was kind of like I think it was just because the Brewers were just like, it was just like, oh, the Brewers have good pitching and stuff like that, and so like the fact is the Yankees were doing this against them, just like was just like a whoa, what the fuck are these things type thing.
It's not to knock the Yankees. They're still having a really good season. Yeah. All things considered. I mean,
maybe not to their standard, but I mean they're still.
I mean, yeah, they're
struggling at the moment, but they're still a good team.
They're not the worst. Yeah, no, but yeah, I just think it's so funny looking at that.
It's going to be interesting at the end of the year, like after the playoffs are done, after the World Series is over, because I know somebody's going to do the breakdown for like players using torpedo bats versus players not using torpedo bats. Because the guy I mentioned earlier, Cal Raleigh, started this year with just using normal bats, and he was just like not feeling it type thing, wasn't hitting homers, had a really bad average, wasn't really doing anything with the bat, got a torpedo bat, and instantly was just ripping dingers left and right. Like he's got like what 45 or something like that.
That's crazy.
So it's like he leads baseball in that, and it's just like, oh yeah, so now he's hitting with it. So it's just like, well, was it that, or was it, or was it just like something else or whatever? And it's like, meh. And I really do think it's kind of like how I think, what was it? I think Pat Murphy put it. It's like, in the end, it's like, it's not the wand that does it. It's the wizard, basically. It's like kind of just like saying it's like, oh, they might have these nice things or whatever, but in the end, if they're all just power hitters, they're going to hit home runs. And that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. A wizard can do a whole lot more with a good wand, though, is the thing.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I just wanted to see what the league leaders were for everything. I didn't want the whole baseball savant shit.
Looks like the top 3 right now are the Brewers, the Phillies, and the Padres.
Oh, for the NL leaders, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
respective of their each division. So Brewers in the Central, Phillies in the East, and Padres out West. But Padres just took lead because they played an earlier game than the Dodgers today. So in the end, if the Dodgers end up winning tonight, they'll be tied with the Padres.
Damn.
Again for the lead in that division again. It's like, because right now Houston and Seattle are both tied for that division. I think in the end it's gonna be a really close race for that AL West, because it's like Houston was kind of running away with it, but the Mariners have come out of nowhere, so. And they've got a lot better pitching than Houston does. Although Houston's got better bats than them. And they also have a ton of injuries. Tigers are going to win the Central probably by a good margin, considering I think they still have a 6-game lead over the Guardians. Are the Blue Jays going to win this and win the East? I have no idea. It's like Boston's playing really well right now. They got a 4-game lead over Boston. 4.5. Boston's such a weird case. If you ask me, it's like earlier in the season, Boston was playing like 500 ball, wasn't really doing a whole lot type thing. They trade away Rafael Devers because apparently he's just a head case to the Giants. Giants now suck. they stink. They're below 500 now and are gonna miss the playoffs by a good amount now. It's crazy, and it's like ever since that point, it's like Boston's been really, really good. And it's like they're second in their division. They're in front of the Yankees by 2 games.
Wow.
So I think the Yankees are at this point are playing for a wild card spot. But they got a lot to contend with there. Blue Jays are a good team, but I think they're just an odd team. Best way I think to describe that. It's like they're an odd team because I look at that thing or whatever, and it's just like is Vladdy? I don't even know. Is like Vladdy Guerrero having a really good year or something like that? Oh no, it's 2-0 Cubs. Okay, cool. Thanks, Blue Jays. I mean, just looking, 300 average, 19 homers, 64 RBIs. All right, pretty good. Playoffs pitcher is going to be real interesting this year, I think, because like I think there's some teams that could sneak in last second and some teams that will fall out last second, and it'll be interesting to see which those teams will be. Because I kind of thought the Rays might sneak in, but they've been playing so bad recently that they're just like they're out of it at this point. Minnesota Twins traded away half their team, so I'm not surprised they're fading.
That was kind of shocking to see.
They traded away 11 players. Yo, what? That's like half your team.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking on that one.
I don't know. It's just like
when trade season came up, I never would have guessed that would have happened.
I mean, and like the thing is like they kept the guy that I thought everyone was going to give traded with Joe Ryan. It's like really good starter for them, and he didn't end up getting traded. Oh man. I also like how the A's, like, other than the Mason Miller trade, like bought along with the Angels. I'm like, you added guys. You're not making the playoffs. What? I'll just be interested to see. It was like the Rockies are at this point are on pace to tie the last year's White Sox for the worst record in all of baseball. I'm gonna see if they can. I want to see if they actually finish either better or worse than that. I think it was like 41 and 121 or something like that. I think that was the record set last year.
Mm-hmm.
I can go look. Yeah, it's 41 and 121. Right now, the Rockies are on pace to do that. Rockies, don't let the White Sox get away with this. Finish better, please. I don't care if it's 42 wins. That's all that matters. Don't let the White Sox get away with it. I think honestly the Reds could sneak in. It's just trying to overcome any of those 3 other wild card teams is going to be tough. It's like ultimately somebody's season is going to end in very disappointing. As a result of that, it's like there's definitely going to be like 2 teams from each division from the National League. There's going to be 2 Central teams, 2 West teams, and 2 East teams. I think just one from the division winner and then one from the wild card, because I'm gonna hope that the Brewers can keep this 8-game lead over the Cubs, or 7.5, whatever it is, by the end of the day, and we'll go on and win the Central. And it's like the Cubs will probably end up taking the wild card spot. I'd be hard pressed for them to not. Boy, if the Cubs don't make a playoff spot, one, that would be absolutely hilarious. But two, it's like I think they would have to fire Craig Counsell at that point. It's like, because you're not beating the Dodgers or Mets. I know the Mets are playing like shit right now, but like they're better than this. And I have a feeling the Reds are probably going to be the odd man left out in that wild card. I feel like they're going to try. They're going to try. They're going to try hard. And then they might get it, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. Guardians, I mean, they might sneak in. I
doubt it, yeah.
They might. I mean, if the Yankees continue to slide, there's a realistic chance. But I'm hard-pressed to see them get in the playoffs. The way the Red Sox are playing, I couldn't see them losing that. They might even overtake the Blue Jays. Not an impossible thought. It's like, because Astros and Mariners are definitely making. I don't know who wins that division. That's a tough one, because I think it's like I said, like the Mariners have the better pitching, and they added some decent bats that I think will probably push them over the edge. But overall, they're the Astros, and you never doubt the Astros, because the instant you doubt them, they end up beating you. If the playoffs of 2017, 2019, and 2022 have told me anything, it's like, don't doubt the Astros. Also, if you're in the playoffs and you're about to go face them, please don't say we want Houston, because every time that's happened, Houston has beat that team easily.
I think if the Cubs want the top spot this year, they're going to have to fight tooth and nail to stay ahead of the Dodgers, because it looks... Yeah.
It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like... I mean, the thing is with how the playoffs work, is because there's the wild card round, which is the top two wild cards, because there's 3 wild cards. So, like, if the playoffs started today, the Cubs the Dodgers would end up going into the Cubs, like go to Wrigley Field and play a 3-game series, like a best of 3 series, in Wrigley Field, all 3 games at Wrigley, pretty much. And then the Mets would end up going to the Padres and doing the same thing there. And meanwhile, the Phillies and Brewers both miss out on the wild card round.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's all dependent who gets the home field advantage, I guess, for those. Maybe the Dodgers will lose in like 2 games to the Cubs or something like that, and then there'll be enough bitching and moaning from Dodgers fans to like change the wild card format, because it's ass. I hate it so much. If you or even like if the Mets lose to like, or the Padres lose to like the Mets or something like that, I don't know, whatever series that ends up being or whatever. Like when the division winner loses, and then they go, well, we don't care or whatever because it was the Brewers the whole time. And I'm like, it sucks when you win your division to play in a wild card round. Like, come on. It's so stupid. Thing is baseball's fucked themselves because they can't take away a wild card spot because teams won't like that.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to add another wild card spot so that the way the wild cards need to play each other. There's no winning there. There's just no winning. Unless they play like a little like 1-game playoff and then like a 3-game series to determine who the wild card is. It's like the top wild card then gets like a pass from the 1-game playoff, basically, where it's just like 1 game and whoever wins that game goes on and plays the 3-game series with the one who got left out, and then whoever wins that best of 3 then is just the wild card and they face the number 1 seed.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
So, I mean, you can do that, but I don't think teams like it.
No, they most certainly would not.
They used to do when they added another wild card, because it used to be there was only one wild card from each AL and NL team, and then they added a second. And then what happened is there was a 1-game playoff, just one game, and whoever won that would end up going on to play the number 1 seed in that one. And teams didn't like that, so they moved on. So they moved on from that and added a third. And this is where we've been. And I dislike it. Jeez Christ! All right, that was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about? Because I gushed about baseball for a lot longer than I thought I did.
I mean, the never-ending decline of Dead by Daylight is continuing.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
Oof.
No, so not only have they not acknowledged any of the many issues that the game is facing right now, like literal game-breaking bugs, tons of people are quitting in the middle of matches because the game has just gotten so frustrating to play on both sides. Recently, the game's biggest content creator did a stream with, I think, one of the actors from The Walking Dead to celebrate the release of the new DLC, right? And this was a sponsored stream. This is one that DVD by themselves were hosting. And they never got into a single match because of how many people were hacking the private lobby that they were in. So
wow.
it was just the content creator. His name was Otz the entire time, awkwardly trying to make conversation while they tried to get the fucking game to work. They tried suggesting things to the Dead by Daylight developers that could help them, actually get the stream going. They did this twice, by the way. They tried to make this work on 2 separate occasions. And I didn't see it myself, but it was apparently really embarrassing, and the Dead by Daylight developers were being super condescending to both of these guys.
What you love to hear.
Not going great over in Behavior Land. I have not played the game in over 2 weeks now, and I am not currently eager to go back until
Fair enough.
the game's fixed. I honestly didn't even want to bring that up, but my god, has it been just one big embarrassing mistake after another. It's kind of sad to watch this game that I played all the time at one point just turn into this.
Yep. So I feel like a majority of my just whenever I got really into an online game or whatever, it's like first it was League, then I kind of just fell out of that, not because of anything it did or whatever, but I just kind of lost interest. Now it's kind of just going downhill naturally.
Fucking AI trailers.
Yeah, that and everything, but and then it was then Hearthstone just oh yeah, we're just gonna milk you for as much money as possible and make the game ultimately just way worse than it ever had been. And I go, well, I got out at the right time apparently, because all the Reddit posts I ever hear is just people saying it's just how everything is just broken, nothing's fun about it anymore, and it's just and no one has any interest in playing it anymore, despite some somewhat interesting cards coming out. And I go, I guess I got out at the right time. Good. Job well done.
Most definitely.
I think those were ever only the 2 online games I ever really got into. I didn't really ever get any other ones.
I don't play too many online games nowadays. I'm playing a lot of Hollow Knight and a lot of Dungeons of Hinterberg.
Dungeons of Hinterberg?
It's a indie game.
Nice.
I play a lot of indie games nowadays. It's mostly indie games, actually.
Yeah. I feel you there. I've been playing a lot of Monster Train 2 recently. It's been a lot of fun.
Nice.
I finally got to the point where, because at this point it was only the new clans that you could play as, like the new factions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I finally got to the point where I was like, because how you have to unlock like new things is that they're different pyre hearts, which is just like something new to this or whatever. And it was like, okay, now you've unlocked 6 pyre hearts. Oh, and you now have a firm grasp on all of these new factions and stuff like that. All right, here's all the old factions now. Go mix them with the new factions, and then find some broken shit. And I'm like, I will do that. Because now here I went from 5 different factions to choose from to 10.
Damn.
Yep. It also helped when I was on vacation. I was just like, oh yeah, let me just quick buy Monster Train 2 from on the Switch or whatever, because I was just like, I won't have access to my computer, so I won't be able to play it. And that's all I played basically the entire week. I just want to play the Spire 2 now. If Monster Train 2 was my primer for like all the new stuff that's going to be in like Slay the Spire 2 or whatever, I'm so excited. I've never been more excited for that game.
Dude, we already know that game's going to Slop. That was
great.
never up for debate.
Oh yeah, never. So excited for it.
Dude, if that game and Hollow Knight Silksong come out this year and we get all 3 of those games in a single year, I'm going to be so happy.
Right? Now,
Dude,
you
I
also
really-
put Enter the Gungeon 2 in there as well.
Is that on the horizon?
No, I don't think so. I think they announced it, but
Oh.
I don't think there's any plans for any release dates in the near future.
I see.
I remember when it was during like Summer Games Fest or something like that. They announced it. Something like that. I always sucked at Enter the Gungeon, but it is such a fun game.
Dude, playing Hollow Knight's made me realize how badly I suck at a lot of video games. It's like, man, I really like this game, but god damn, I am so terrible.
Yeah.
I'll just...
That's me playing. That was me playing Enter the Gungeon 2. It's like I suck at this game, but it is so much fun.
Yeah. Dude, I just realized we never talked about any of that, any of like the big like anti-privacy stuff that's come out in the recent weeks. Like how GTA is gonna have you upload your photo ID in order to play it.
I have not heard this.
You've not heard of this?
I have not heard this.
It's we can save it for next week. We're
No,
already at an hour
let's
and a
just
half.
roll with it. I'm probably going to cut a lot of this anyway, so
Okay.
a lot of like the dead air and stuff like that when we were talking baseball, probably.
So, a few things are happening with that. The big thing right now that a lot of people are talking about is YouTube's considering rolling out a feature where it'll scan your watch history,
Yeah.
and it'll determine how old you are and what content you can watch, which is scary for me because I do watch a lot of, cartoons and random shit on a lot of Overwatch stuff on YouTube. So it's like, oh, well, you're 15. Obviously, you can't watch like more mature content. And it's like, no,
Clearly.
I'm turning 29 this year, and a lot of these different companies are thinking like, oh, well, to verify people's identities, we're going to have people start uploading photo IDs so to access certain content, which is an incredibly dangerous road to go down, because recently an app called, I think it's just called Let's Tea or something like that. It's a women's only like dating app. It's weird. That suffered a pretty major data breach recently, and a bunch of just like photo IDs are just out in the public right now. they were on 4chan for a while. So it's like, if you wanted to steal someone's identity, cool, just go out and do it. And a lot of these companies will, like they have in the last couple of years, suffer data breaches. And if people need to start uploading like photo IDs to companies like Xbox or Rockstar in order to play mature rated games, which is ludicrous, by the way. I don't know, man. It's fucking scary.
Yeah, that's I don't care how excited I am for that game, which I'm not, but if I was, I'm not uploading my ID for that. There's no fucking way. Like, there is legitimately no way I'm doing that.
Yeah. That's the most recent one that came out.
Why? I don't understand why that's a thing, man. Just
I don't either. Yeah, YouTube wants to start doing it. From what I understand, like some aspects of Microsoft want to do it. Apparently, Reddit in the UK, you're gonna have to start and uploading a photo ID if you want to look at like mature rated content. And this all goes back to like protecting the kids or whatever, because it's just so fucking hard for. I really don't believe this is about protecting the kids anymore. It's
absolutely.
about about control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely it is. So anyone that uses that, bullshit. It's just bullshit. it's all it is. It ultimately comes down to, and this is like protecting the kids or whatever. This is a subject we've always talked. I've always said about it. It's like when it comes to the internet, in I don't know, general of the world, I guess. But we're talking internet, so I'm going to stick to the internet here. But it's like ultimately people are responsible for everything that they do, and it's up to, if you're trying to protect, if the whole idea is to protect kids, it's up to the parents, but we all know how that goes, or at least with most parents at least. It's like how parents don't understand technology a lot, or at least like maybe it's like maybe we're cresting that at this point. Maybe there's enough millennials now having kids where it's like it's like you can't just leave your kids sitting in front of a computer, sitting with a laptop or like an iPad or something like that, and expect them not to get into something, because it's just like you have to teach them internet literacy and stuff like that. You have to understand, and they have to know how to be able to protect themselves on the internet, because in the end, it shouldn't come down to government.
We need the government to step in and protect the children for you.
To do that for you, only to ultimately put yourself and your ID and everything at risk. It's like, why should I do that? It's like, I won't. I just won't.
Like, imagine if you, like, to play video games, you had to upload your photo ID.
Bullshit.
If there is any, like, data breach of any sort, it's like, okay,
all right, my ID is just out there, and now people can just steal my identity. Cool.
Yeah. Everything's at risk. Your bank account, everything. It, like, more than any other, like, identifier, a person's, like, if you had to upload your driver's license or any photo ID, it's like, oh yeah, all of that's just out in the open now.
It's like you said. It's like all it takes is one data breach, one person putting the password as 12345, and that's all it would take. And then all of a sudden, it's all out there.
Yeah. It's like whatever like system did this. Let's pretend for a second that this is okay. You would have to have the strongest, most like bulletproof, like unhackable interface ever for this to be okay.
Yep.
It's like, I'm not sure I would be okay giving my bank my photo ID. It's like, that's how crazy it gets. And
just real fast, do you remember when like when the internet was first like being like mainstream? Basically, it was like in the early 2000s or whatever and stuff like that. And there was always the idea that you don't put your real name out there. That's why the idea of like having like usernames and everything like that, you never put pictures out there type thing, stuff like that. Everyone was always like super paranoid about that kind of stuff or whatever. And now it's just everyday things or whatever. People posting selfies and pictures of themselves, like on Twitter and stuff like that. But I remember when I was first making a MySpace page way back then, I was just like, they're like, oh yeah, don't use your real name, don't ever say your real name, don't ever post pictures of yourself, type thing or whatever. And it was just like, it was just no notes all around or whatever. And then at some point it just became commonplace, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just like, I feel like people have kind of just like, oh, it's just commonplace. No one needs to. I'm like, well, there are certain levels of privacy you should probably keep on that. You should keep certain boundaries in it. But at some point, we just decided there was no boundary, I guess. And only now it seems like we're getting back to that for some. I don't understand. That's just kind of how I feel like it. It's like, oh, we went from no one put anything of their personal selves on the internet to then it shifted to, okay, it's fine now, to, all right, now we need to protect everyone, but we also want to have their photo IDs for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, no.
A lot of people have been saying like checks like these are going to destroy anonymity.
Anonymity.
You know what I'm trying to say.
It's a tough word.
Yeah. And it's true. It's a very scary thing. With Microsoft right now, I want to preface, like, all of this is like just happening in the UK,
mm-hmm.
but this is I guarantee these are all things that are coming to the US too. Absolutely,
100%, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. With Xbox, unless you the age verification checks provide ID, live photo, mobile phone number, or credit card.
Jesus Christ. To anyone that may or may not be listening to this at this point,
mm-hmm.
we've been going for a long time, so I wouldn't be surprised if you zoned out. But
yeah.
It's like,
this is dangerous.
Don't do this.
No.
It's just, no matter how you slice this, it's just going to end in disaster. At 100%, just going to end in disaster.
Giving these companies or governments like this much power, like this much monitoring ability over what you're doing in your daily life is such a scary prospect.
Yeah, it's just like, you know how it's always just like, I've heard people like losing,
mm-hmm.
you know, they go for a job interview and they'll end up losing the job, not because of anything they said on there, but because like a company ended up looking at like your Facebook or your Twitter or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like just not liking what you had to say, and I go, yeah, you can lose a job because of that, and I always think that's just like, that's, in the end, if it's like truly harmful stuff, then sure, but it's like rarely is it that.
I mean, it could even be like petty stuff now. Like
absolutely,
if these companies,
petty stuff.
If these companies can just like straight up look up your photo ID and have like a complete list of all the things that you do online, or like the games that you play, the people that you interact with, everything mm-hmm. you've ever posted on every social media platform.
There was I remember hearing one story from a UPS driver that said that one of his friends lost his job at UPS because he mm-hmm. posted pictures of himself drinking on the weekends on his days off, or whatever, and getting drunk basically, and because of that they said that they were too much of a liability to have around because they were afraid he was driving around drunk.
So stupid.
He's doing that on his off days. Who cares what people are doing on their off days, man?
I mean, if he's driving drunk, then
well, yeah, but like
maybe,
if it's just like if there's just pictures, it's one thing if you're being cited mm-hmm. for like driving under the influence or whatever.
That's one thing. Not
it's another thing for drinking responsibly, either at your home or at a friend's or whatever, and getting home responsibly.
100%, 110%, especially on your off time.
Yeah. it's like if you're you getting in trouble with the law enforcement because you're driving drunk, then yeah, that's grounds for firing, of course. But it's like if
you're just
hanging out
drinking with your friends on a weekend, it's
like what the fuck? That's fucked up.
And I'm sure I'm positive because there's a lot of really stupid people out there that are thinking, oh, it's not going to get that bad. It's just going to be like age verifications to make sure like kids can't access mature content. What are you nerds being all screamy and preachy about? And it's like, if you don't understand like what things like this could lead to, I don't know what to tell you. Like this obviously goes far beyond just protecting kids. And like I said before, if you give a company the ability to look up every little thing you've done online, like imagine you go in for an interview like at Microsoft and being like, we noticed, even before the interview starts, we noticed that you don't have a Xbox Game Pass account.
Yeah, I noticed you don't have a Game Pass subscription, yet you're trying to work here at Microsoft. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you own a PlayStation, but you don't own an Xbox? That's weird. You're not buying games on our storefront. You're buying them on Steam. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, I mean,
it's like it may not be exactly like that, but it's just stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just like no, it wouldn't be that. But it's like, but it could be something as simple as just like, maybe someone went on like a pornography site or whatever, like one time or something like that or whatever, and it's just like, oh yeah, we noticed we went to, and it was like, we don't want to associate ourselves with pedophiles because you went with porn and stuff like that, and I'm like,
I watched a grown woman having sex.
Hey, get the fuck out of here.
Fuck me. Yeah, it's
I know, right? Like, oh, sorry, that I was like, sorry, I just wanted to, rub one out real fast.
Even like aside from that, imagine if you like. I don't like to say like we're gonna get to the point of secret police, but like I feel like that's
there's a realistic chance
that I feel like that's especially with militaries being put into like random cities and towns and stuff now. It's a possibility. Imagine like if you lose anonymity on the internet. I think that's how you pronounce that.
Close enough.
And it's like in order to go on any website, you have to upload your full government ID. Imagine how easy it would be for the government to be like, Travis Slayer XX77 or whatever the fuck. We noticed that you've been posting that you don't like President Donald Trump on Twitter or whatever.
Ain't that the really scary part, huh?
Yeah. Why don't we drive you down to this secure location and we can have a little discussion about that.
It was like, and you say this kind of stuff, and like this is the stuff that basically happened in the Soviet Union and stuff like that, and like where people would literally disappear overnight, and just like for criticizing, the government and stuff like that, and you sit here going just like, well, that'll never happen. And they go, well, we're not too far off from that.
You really think an insane narcissist, so a president that's spending time complaining on Twitter about South Park, it is above sending secret police to question people that don't like him, or to like scrutinize Democrats to that degree. And I don't want to.
And sorry, and even just to like pile on with this or whatever, and moving away from the narcissistic president.
We can't talk. Yeah,
it's crazy. They're tough words, man. It was just like, but like even it's something simple as like people talk about it. It's like, oh, you don't want to search these things up on like Google or whatever. You're gonna be put on a list type thing. It's like if anything could be even deemed that you could be like a secret terrorist or something like that or whatever type thing. It's like it could be something as like that even too. Even though you have like maybe pure intents. I don't know what exactly those would be, but like it's just like
it's like, oh yeah, the fact that the military is being sent to Chicago is crazy. Someone should do something about this. That's like, what are you gonna do? oh, we think you're going to do something. They don't even need probable cause anymore. You just have masked men grabbing people, throwing them into random vans, and then shoving them off to prison camps in other countries.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they wouldn't do that to American citizens.
Well,
they're already doing that to American citizens.
well.
And no one's prosecuting these people.
Yeah. So it's like,
We're getting there, is the thing. We live in the worst timeline.
I remember reading something a long time. I don't know if it was a long time ago, but it was something like years ago back that really like hounded on this as well, where it was like I think it was like there was some pitch or something like that to some big city or whatever. I think it was like Chicago or something like that. That was like, buy our drones and they'll scan people and they'll have a probability factoring on whether or not this person will do a crime, and will arrest them if the probable cause is above, like, I think it was like 40%. And I go, 40%? And I go, how the fuck do you even determine something like that? You're doing it on pure looks, so AKA it's like, whew. I was like, you're just doing it on pure looks?
You look like you might be a terrorist.
Yeah, you might look like
so
you're a murderer or thief or something like that because you have like tattoos or something like that. Like, what the fuck?
It's like last week's episode of South Park where they drive into heaven, and I don't even know the name of the leader of ICE, what her name is, and she just starts yelling, "Don't remember, just arrest the brown ones." She kills a dog in heaven.
And the thing is you say that, and I mean, I know that's the whole point of the South Park joke, but it's like, yeah, I mean, they would be the most targeted by it.
Yeah. No, that's exactly the thing, too.
It's exactly true. Oh, man. Yeah, so when it comes to this, privacy shit, don't upload your photo to anything. I don't care what it is you're trying to get into or whatever. That is just so not a good idea on so many levels that I don't even think I need to go into it, because if you need to know why, you might want to get yourself a little bit informed. Also, if everything we just said didn't scare you enough.
No, like we said, this is the most depressing podcast episode of all time. Like we have it, like I said many times this podcast, we live in the worst timeline. The government is going to control everything you do online. You're going to have a government-mandated AI gooner sex bot girlfriend, and you are going to like it.
Yep. Anyway.
Welcome to the future.
Thank you all so much for listening to another episode.
Remember when we thought we were going to have hoverboards and flying cars and all this other cool shit?
Oh, yeah. Where is all that stuff? Oh, shit.
And now this is happening.
Where's my hover? Where's my hover car and stuff like that? Where's like the George Jetson, like where it's like turns into a briefcase and I can just like walk into it? Like I don't even have to like park it or anything like that. It's great.
Yeah, we don't have that, but you can give up your identity to fuck your computer. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much for listening to another episode of It Never Ends.
Imagine going to someone in the 1980s being like, "Oh, you guys have flying car." Yeah, I'm sorry, just let me finish this one last bit. You guys have flying cars, or all these. You've cured cancer and all these other diseases, certainly, right? It's like, no. It's a lot of totalitarianism and new interesting ways to masturbate. We have very little else in the year 2025. Hey, the video games. Those are pretty cool. You guys have the better ones too. Forget it. Just die. Die.
Wait, you guys never had capitalism, so everything didn't go to shit when everyone tried to make as much money as humanly possible, and the government let them continue to get more and more money? Whoa, that's crazy, dude.
Just die. It's all downhill from here. Anyway, that's been it never ends because
Yep.
it truly does never end.
It's truly, truly, indeed never ends. So
In this nightmare hellscape of ours. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed listening to this,
we swear to God, it's not all doom and gloom most of the time.
no.
Just sometimes it just happens, you know. Just
Heavy topics talked about in this particular episode. We talk about happy stuff most of the time.
happy.
So if you want to check that out, we have plenty of other episodes that you can listen to, and we're also gonna have a podcast episode either next week or eventually.
Somewhere.
Check us out on Spotify, wherever YouTube, wherever your podcast can be found. We're probably there.
Yep.
Thanks for listening. I've been Alex, and that's been Andrew, and it truly never ends.
And if you're here as a Wagon Brewer fan, we welcome you.
Oh yeah, all Brewer fans are welcome here.
Exactly. Anyway, bye bye.